In a glorious setting. Once the country seat of the Earls of Shrewsbury, it was described as the largest private house in Europe. But behind this handsome facade there lies a delightful surprise, because this is Britain's greatest entertainment success story, Alton Towers. Rated among the top 6 leisure parks in the world, Alton Towers has been voted Britain's top tourist attraction by the British Tourist Authority. And the reason is plain to see. Well over 120 major attractions have been blended into this magnificent estate. Drawn by the unique appeal of Alton, 2.5 million visitors a year pour in from all over Europe to this, the very bullseye of Britain. Just 40 miles north of Birmingham, it's easily accessible by road, rail and air. The Churnet Valley is well worth a trip on its own account, and plans are well advanced to build self-catering accommodation and a top-class hotel in the Alton grounds. The adventure begins on the Silver Ride monorail, which transports over 5,000 passengers an hour from the free car parks to the main entrance. The admission charge covers all the attractions, because Alton firmly believes in value for money.
We are now approaching the Grand Canyon Rapids, beyond which the world's longest log flume can be seen.
The relaxed commentary from one of the smart and obliging Alton staff whets your appetite for the treats in store, including the sensational Grand Canyon Rapids ride. Framed by Towers Street, the Great House dominates the skyline. As the visitors stroll down this handsome boulevard, they're immediately aware of choice and variety. Shops, boutiques, stalls, a restaurant, and an ever-changing cast of street entertainers. In fact, you're never quite sure who you're going to meet next. At Alton, even a dog's life is enviable. Henrietta and her partner Henry Hound are the perfect hosts. Their charm and friendliness to young and old set the pedigree on a day to remember. There's never a dull moment in Tower Street. It even has its own mobile radio station, Radio Pippin, complete with satellite dish and the world's most engaging DJ.
Well, this is my little radio van, and I get all my buttons and my music and my cassettes and things like that, so I can broadcast throughout the day, and I also like give out little bits of information as to when the shows are in the circus and things like that.
Never smug about success, Alton refuses to rest on its laurels. With £60 million spent so far, new attractions are added every year. One of the most recent is the £6 million Sky Ride, a tranquil glide over the treetops in great glass bubbles with one of the loveliest views in Britain. It's a deceptively leisurely introduction to Alton's world-famous white knuckle rides, including the Corkscrew in Festival Park, and a new arrival, a vast spine chiller of curves and spirals, aptly named the Beast. Also new for those who like to live dangerously is the Mouse. But far from being timid, this mouse bites back. Meanwhile, if you'd rather be scared in the dark, try the new Black Hole nearby. It plunges you on a blind space ride round impossibly tight bends and down seemingly sheer drops into a whole new realm of consciousness. And challenging the boldest landlubbers is the pirate ship, where passengers who want to keep up with the Davy Joneses can do just that, with a touch of terror thrown in. But at the gentler end of the scale, there are charming rides the whole family can enjoy, like Around the World in 80 Days, a colourful gondola trip around an enchanted lagoon, with a different serenade for every ingenious setting. A short walk away, Do You Fancy a Cuppa takes on a whole new meaning. The cleverly designed teapot ride will leave you stirred but not shaken. And just think, there are still over 100 attractions to go. In fact, there's so much at Alton, you really need more than a day to do it justice. Throughout the park, the accent is on security and well-being. Parents can feel confident that their children are not only happy, but perfectly safe. The sense of total relaxation at Alton is largely due to the element that makes it truly unique, the gardens. It's hard to believe as you revel in them now that once this was a bleak and barren valley. Then in the early 19th century, the visionary 15th Earl of Shrewsbury hired an army of gardeners and craftsmen to create an extraordinary transformation scene. Little wonder, it says on his memorial, he made the desert smile. The terraces unveil fresh splendours with every season, though they're probably at their very best at the end of May, when there's a riot of azaleas, rhododendrons and magnolias. All too conscious of Britain's uncertain climate, Alton Towers offers a wide variety of undercover entertainments too, including the Piazza Show with live performances twice daily. For movie buffs, the new 3D cinema brings action, suspense and melodrama into startling close-up. Small is beautiful and the superb dolls exhibition, the finest collection of antique dolls and toys in the country, beautifully displayed and easy to see. The vintage theme continues in the extensive motor museum, where many of the world's great four-wheeled classics are permanently parked. Back in Towers Street, those who want to browse or buy presents can choose between the inexpensive and the extravagant. It's fitting too that the Midlands pottery firm of Wedgwood is represented here with both a shop and an exhibition. There's even a bank in Tower Street, in case you've left your cash at home, complete with foreign exchange for overseas visitors. Having fun is hungry work, which is why Alton has over 50 outlets catering for every possible taste. If you want to take your time and splash out a bit, there's the Swiss Cottage Silver Service Restaurant, which overlooks the gardens. Bagshaw's in Tower Street is the latest in free-flow self-service. And if you're in a real hurry to get back to the rides, the Talbot, Europe's largest fast food restaurant, can feed 2,000 an hour. Despite the potential for litter, Alton must be Britain's tidiest public place, kept spotless by an efficient task force. And if you've still got the stomach for it, here's just a taste of three great Alton favourites. The Corkscrew, still one of the most exhilarating rides. The giant log flume, naturally the world's longest, because Alton doesn't aim to be second best at anything. And the Grand Canyon Rapids ride, where buffered rafts make you feel like a pioneer on 2.5 million litres of wild water. Alton offers a complete world of entertainment for visitors of any age, and it's planning even more for the future. Who could imagine, for instance, a more spectacular setting for firework displays and concerts, from rockets to rock? You can even hire the park for an evening and put on an unforgettable party. And leading up to Christmas, there are special features including Santa's Grotto, a children's wonderland, and seasonal fare in the restaurants. More ambitious still, 1989 sees the opening of Alton's Festival Farm, sponsored by the Britannia Building Society, to celebrate British Food and Farming Year. Looking further ahead, John Broome, the man who created the new Alton Towers, has set his sights on the capital. Combining the same flair and imagination so evident at Alton, he and his team are creating one of the most exciting inner-city leisure complexes in the world, the Battersea. Scheduled to open in 1990 at a cost of £200 million, this former cathedral of power will entertain millions of visitors a year and revitalise a neglected corner of central London. No wonder Henry Hound's in the mood to celebrate. The future for Alton and the Battersea looks even more exciting than the present. But underpinning the new enterprises will be the same attention to detail and quality that make Alton so special today. Visitors love it because there's room to breathe. It's easy and relaxed, full of excitement, yet serene and beautiful. It's clean, safe, wholesome, professional, and packed with all-round entertainment. With one charge covering all the attractions and half price after 2:30, it's also outstanding value for money. It combines the best traditions of the past with the finest modern technology to lead Britain's leisure industry into the 21st century. Alton Towers.